Hey guys, it's Michael coming at you on Facebook Live, and I wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes about one of the things I call the moral myth of willpower. Do you know why most diets fail? It's because we run out of willpower, and no matter how much willpower you think you have, there's going to become a time at some point, and the situation's going to be just right, and you're going to be just tired enough, and that willpower is just going to fail. Um, let's redefine willpower. Willpower doesn't mean that it's some sort of moral gauge. If your willpower breaks down, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's not a moral failing. Willpower is simply energy. When you use willpower, you're trying to make a decision to not do something. And anytime you're in a decision-making process, it's something that takes energy. Well, what happens if you don't have the right amount of energy or enough energy to make an easy decision, let alone a difficult one? Well, chances are you're going to take the path of least resistance. You're going to do the thing that will avoid pain and or give you short-term pleasure. And that short-term pleasure may be in the form of a Krispy Kreme donut or another beer or whatever it might be. That willpower is eventually going to break down because your energy has broken down. It's not the right level. So what we need to do is to rethink this in terms of the amount of energy we have in our system at any given time and to optimize that. And there are a couple of ways to do that. One of the things we do is to optimize our sleep, which I talked about a couple of days ago in my podcast, or in my little Facebook Live, is to optimize our sleep. Get not even so much the amount of sleep, but the quality of sleep. Recent studies have shown it's not so much getting the 8 hours of sleep, but maybe getting somewhere around 6.5 hours. But if it's really good quality sleep, and that is that optimum level to have the right amount of energy. Another thing that I believe in, utilize your smartphone. Remember when these smartphones, this thing that I'm holding in my hand to broadcast to the world right now, smartphones, before the advent of smartphones, used to be called PDAs, personal digital assistants. Remember the Palm Pilot? I had one, a bunch of us did. But we utilized those as something it was sort of an outsourcing of our brain, an outsourcing of our psychic RAM, so that we'd supposedly have more room, more energy to deal with other decisions. Now our smartphones have become dumbed down devices, haven't they? They've become tools of distraction rather than really tools for productivity and tools to hack our own energy. So put this thing to work, this thing that you paid a lot of money for and are still paying money for every month. Utilize this little thing called alarms. Have an alarm go off that gives you some affirmations. Maximize your brain capacity by trusting your calendar as if it were a person in authority over you. You're the person that put the thing in the calendar anyway, so you're the one that ultimately made the decision. But if you sort of bulletproof your calendar, if you make that ironclad, you can trust that and say, well, the calendar says I got to do it, so I better do it. And it takes away some of that decision-making process, the process of making decisions over and over and over again, even the small ones, all throughout the day, leads to energy drain. And why not just make the decision ahead of the time, or have the decision made to you by your phone, so that you can free up that psychic RAM for something else? The other thing that I've discovered is in my use of ketones, my therapeutic ketones, they are really helping me to maintain a solid level of energy without a crash during the day. And that has really helped to optimize my decision making. And decision making isn't just, should I buy this car or that car? Should I have 2 kids or 3 kids? It's not about the huge decisions. It's about those small decisions that when they pile on top of one another again and again and again, can make you into a lesser form of yourself. The crude way of putting that is basically an asshole. So you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that version of yourself. So optimize your energy. Give yourself the best chance to be the best you that you can be, and you're going to optimize your chance of living not just an okay or an ordinary life, but one that is extraordinary and amazing. Have an amazing night, everybody, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.